TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Seventh Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams will make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shay Murtagh Precast.
Viewers, and welcome back now to TEG Cusack Park for this, the second of the double headers here today, and this one, the Senior Football Championship semi-final, the second one. Again, this Westmeath Senior Football Championship sponsored by Shay Murtagh Group. This time between last year's defending champion St. Lomans and the tidy town from Tyrrellspass. I'm joined in co-commentary by Paul Ahern. Paul, looking forward to an interesting game here, certainly, and a good, both these sides from the met in the last group game, high scoring game. Maybe don't see that much, but the one thing we have to know here looking at it is the weather is going to have a big impact on how this game goes. Yeah, no, the wind is very, very strong going down into the Dunstores end, and you know, I think it just makes it very difficult playing against the wind. You have to really work at that further in. Now, you know, team who can play really well against it and create opportunities or freeze inside, you know, you need to be getting your scores against the wind. You can't go out either hope that you have the wind in the second half and get your scores, or get a big score up at half time. You have to be kind of consistent through both halves. But this is going to be, to me, it's a really hard game to call, Ray. You know, I mean, I know Lomans won by 4 points in a really high scoring game earlier on in the championship, but if you look at the form of both teams, you know, there's questions on both of them and opportunities on both of them, really, you know. And I think Tyrrellspass, you know, the Lomans will be favourites, and you know, primarily based around, I suppose, really good attacking platform. But even in that, they haven't really been firing, apart from the game against Tyrrellspass. A lot of other scorelines have been, you know, reasonably kind of like in the 110, 112 sort of range, whereas Lomans have been, or Tyrrellspass have been scoring that in most of their games apart from one, and not conceding a huge amount. So, you know, it would indicate to me that, you know, there's an opportunity from a Tyrrellspass point of view, if they can keep Lomans' point scoring down and keep it reasonably tight, but keep kind of the attacking play that they've had throughout it, they've got every chance in this game. Yeah, and the advantage for Tyrrellspass coming in here, they've had the advantage of playing the game more recently than St. Lomans. They had, you know, a tough quarter final against Mullingar Shamrocks, which they probably maybe went into with some people's eyes as underdogs, but very impressive. And you know, certainly they'll come in here now to this one and they'll have no fear of St. Lomans team. No, not at all. And you know, look, they've been like, even just going back over all their games, they've been really, really consistent in their performances, and really well drilled, and a big physical team, which conditions today might suit them that little bit better. So you know, for them, their experience at this sort of stage of the championship, they've, like, you know, I think it's 21 out of 23 years in a semi-final. Like, you know, I mean, that says a lot about their experience. Lomans for the last 10
10, 15 years have been fairly experienced at getting to semi-finals and county finals and winning them as well. So both teams aren't going to, there's going to be no stage fright today.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's going to be an issue. I really think I think the critical thing is when you've got the wind, can you be patient and create good scoring opportunities? When you're against the wind, it's almost the same. And the team that really creates and takes the opportunities today will probably be the one that comes out on top.
Yeah, the other semi-final yesterday evening here in TEG Cusack Park, Kinnegad looked a little bit ring rusty. The Downs with the benefit of a quarter final then, and got on top in that one. So it would be interesting to see whether that quarter final will have, will stand the Tyrrellspass in the lead into this one, But I think this game is a lot, more close than maybe what people have been saying through the week, and throughout the championship. Lomans have been, been made hot favourites pretty much by everyone, and I suppose a lot of us on the podcast as well, we were so impressed by them. But I think this Tyrrellspass team could be just lying in the long grass, ready, to cause an upset in the championship.
Yeah, I think. Look, it's an easy call to say Lomans should be thereabouts when it comes to the championship. They've been thereabouts for the last long while and winning considerable number of championships. But they've kind of, to me, they've kind of spluttered and started and kind of just got through games and been very, very dependent on their marquee forwards in terms of bringing them forward, and they've been a bit challenged defensively now, to be fair, through a lot of their games. And I think they know themselves, some of the defensive performances they've had so far in the championship this year aren't going to win them a championship. Yeah. So that's the big key thing for them to actually address. Tyrrellspass have just been, fairly consistent without being spectacular the whole way through the championship, and they've been building a nice bit of momentum. They've been scoring, they've been racking up good scores like 212, 115, 118 in games. That's 16 points in a game. That's good scoring, and if they can come anywhere close to that sort of average in the game, they're going to give Lomans all sorts of problems.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, with that, for our viewers at home, we'll go through the two lineouts, and starting off with the St. Lomans team first, and their lineout as follows. In goals, number 1 is Jason Daly. The full back line, David Whelan is at 2, Darragh O'Keefe full back 3, and Oisin Hogan at 4. In the half-back line, Andy Gaffney starts at 5. Number 6, Nathan Lally, doesn't start, and he's replaced by number 24, Owen Hogan. And completing the half-back line, number 7, Sam McCartan. Middle of the field, Jack Gagan wears 8, and he's partnered by Kevin Regan wearing 9. In the half-forward line, Rory Sheehan, number 10, doesn't start, and he's replaced by number 21, Foley Indy. The centre half-forward is Ronan O'Toole, and completing the half-forward line, Sean Flanagan wearing number 12. On the inside line, for St. Lomans, Danny McCartan is 13, the full forward John Hesselin at 14, and Shane Dempsey, top of the left, completes the St. Lomans line-up. Tyrrellspass, they line out with in goals number 1, Joe Hyland. Full back line, Cormac Monaghan 2, James McGibbon the full back wears 3, and Jamie Corfin at 4. The half back line, Val Siskas at 5, Jamie Ganood at 6, and Conor Slevin at 7. Middle of the field, Adam Flanagan wears 8, and Nigel Hart wears 9. The half forward line, Cathal Dunn at 10, Kieran Gerrity the centre forward 11, and Peter Clark at 12. And the inside line, David Hanlon wears 13, David Lynham wears 14, and completing the Tyrrellspass line at number 15, Evan Connell. And I just noticed we were in less than 5 minutes to go, and Tyrrellspass had been out doing the warm-up, but they've come back into the pitch, so they're obviously going to just come out ready to go. St. Lomans, trying to get used to the strong breeze out there down at the other end of the field, and
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting one. Like most teams now just come out and stay out. It's kind of, I don't know, they'll be straight out. It looks like they have to get team photos done as well, and then straight into the game. It'll be interesting to see how that impacts on their start. Whether they start slow or whether they start kind of at the pitch of the game. I think the other thing that's kind of quite interesting, we were chatting about it before, is just kind of the match-up in midfield. Jack Gagan and Kevin Regan and Adam Flanagan and Nigel Hart, and with Foley being announced to start as wing forward, I suspect that there'll be a little shuffle there, whether it's Jack Gagan going to wing forward and Foley going to midfield, but I think that'll be a competitive part of the pitch where both teams will try to get a little bit of dominance and give themselves a platform going forward.
Yeah, Lomans are big in that. Even the two wing forwards, both Sean Flanagan and Foley, both have played various stages in the last couple of years in the middle of the field for them, so a lot of big men out there. Certainly important playing with the wind, because if either team goes long with the puck, with the kick-outs, like at least the Lomans have the big men in it. But then on the other hand, you have Nigel Hart, and remember the county panel the last couple of years. Alan Flanagan is a big man as well. You have Cathal Dunn, Val Siskis, they're big as well. So it'll be an interesting battle in that middle third of the pitch here today.
Yeah, and restarts are so important in the game and in the way it's kind of evolved. And there's a big kind of decision for both teams really in terms of how they go after the opposition puckouts. Do they press them and force them long, or do they kind of concede possession and kind of drop back, and that'll be a critical one, or do they mix it up during the game as it actually progresses? But you're looking at that midfield, be it 4 or 5 or 6 people who are in around in those contests. What you decide to do on your restarts, particularly against the wind, would be really, really interesting, because you won't get the distance against that breeze. Is really, really strong. Yeah, so you need to either you're playing against it, you need to get it away quickly, or if the opposition press up on you, it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, and look at that inside line then for both sides. Is where a lot of the threat is going to come. We would expect Danny McCartan, John Heston, and Shane Dempsey on one side for Lomans, David Hanlon, David Lynham, and Evan Connell on the other side for Tyrrellspass. And Hanlon, as a player transferred in this year from Eden Derry, more probably accustomed to playing in the back line, but he's a huge experience. He's playing a long number of years for the Offaly county team as well, so he's in there at corner forward, and he's a wily campaigner. He's experienced, and he'll cause trouble now to this St. Lomans defensive line as well.
Yeah, and all through the year people are having a lot of questions about that Lomans defensive line, and trying different ways of trying to get at them, whether it's high ball inside or whether it's moving them around. Then you look at the other end, and you look at some of the movement, like Danny McCartan and Shane Dempsey are 2 well-known speedsters and mobile, and then you've kind of John Hesden there as a pivot operating off them, and that'll be a challenge in terms of that full back line. Jamie Corcoran, James McGivern, Cormac Monaghan for Tyrrellspass, and I think I've noted in 1 or 2 of the games that Tyrrellspass they haven't played with a sweeper, which most teams try and play with. So it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to this Lomans forward line based on the performance of last day.
Yeah, we're going to stand for our on the Veen, so we'll be ready for throw-in just as soon as it finishes. I think just looking at the way the teams are lined up, I think it's Tyrrellspass are going to play with the aid of the strong breeze in the first half. So again, see how crucial will that turn out to be. Our referee for today's game, Barry Pearce from the St Mary's Rochester Bridge Club, he's out there in the centre. See John Heston has gone out to the middle of the field for the throw-in, and David Lynham also from Tyrrellspass, wearing number 14, has gone out as well. So a lot of positional to and throwing right from the start. We try and pick it up. James Fole has gone to full forward at the moment. You see Danny McCartan on the half forward line.
Ron O'Toole inside on the inside line as well.
Sean Flanagan has gone to centre forward. Kevin Regan on the wing forward. So it changes all around the place. So numbers really mean very, very little. Barry Pearce is out there. He's just checking, having a look around. We're a couple of minutes late getting on the way, but up goes the ball, and 4 big men go up, and John Heston gets a nice little touch and knocks it straight down to Jack Gagan, and it is St. Lomans who have the first attack. Danny McCartan has it. Danny about to be tackled by Peter Clark. First touch of the ball for Fola. Coming out to the centre. He gives it back to Sam McCartan, who finds John Hesson sitting in the pocket there. John goes left, and David Whelan, he's the right corner back. He's just coming forward as he Nigel Hart making his way back out around the middle of the field again. So St. Lomans with the first possession. Kevin Regan back across here where Owen Hogan has come forward. Owen, a late replacement for the St. Lomans side. Gives it across here now to Sam McCartan. And interesting to see, even playing against the breeze, Lomans have pushed everyone forward. There's an opportunity here. Danny McCartan. Danny just comes onto his right foot and clips it in and clips it over the bar.
Very, very well worked score, retained possession and got the overlap with Owen Hogan coming forward there, and just popped it into McCartan, and he just had a simple tap over.
Yeah, Joe Hyland as well to get the first kick out away over to the far side. Possession gained over there by Evan Conlon, and he moves it on now to Cathal Dunn, who comes inside, Lineman has stayed out around the middle of the field, and Conor Slevin the latest to get a touch on it. So Tyrrellspass with their first real possession here as Lineman comes towards the Lomans 45-metre line, gives it back to Conor Slevin, and Slevin forced to come back where Cormac Monaghan is coming forward. Cormac is nice just to flick the ball away from Sean Flanagan. The two number 12s coming together there. Peter Clark is the Tyrrellspass man, and it is the free for the Tyrrellspass, and ball back with Conor Slevin, and he has his underway again, takes the return pass. All this happening around between the 265s as Clark comes forward with it and looks up, and then with the right foot he goes high, Hanlon comes out, ball goes in over his head, and Kevin Regan is sweeping back in there behind, picks it up, and it's back now with Sam McCartan, and Lomans trying to move it again down that left hand side to carry it forward. Sean Flanagan again just nice and patient. 2 minutes on the clock. Lomans, it took them just over 49 for 50 seconds to get the open point. Sam McCartan is time now and just injects a little bit of pace and pops it off to John Hesson, and we see Ronan O'Toole back out around the centre. He's job there of marking, given to Val Siskus there. Val trying to get closer with Shane Dempsey with the possession now. He turns it across this side, but unfortunately in behind Danny McCartan has gone out over the sideline. Line ball for Tyrrellspass.
Yeah, it's nice kind of patient penetrative play by Lomans. You know, I think Shane probably forced that pass. He would have been better just recycling it again and going, but Tyrrellspass have the ball back and off they come.
Goalkeeper and centre half back Jamie Ganood almost not on the same wavelength there, but they retain the possession. Then Joe gets the ball and just pops it across to the far side. There's a chance now for Cormac Monaghan to go down that right side. Again, just takes it outside. He's 145, but pops it back in now to James McGivern. Chance now for Tyrrellspass to go forward again. Kieran Geraghty has come out into the middle of the field. Jack Gagan trying to get a hand on him, but pops it off now to Peter Clark. He steps inside the tackle, and Geraghty has gone on the run, but Sam McCartan sitting back there reads that one perfectly and intercepted it now, and has gone through the hands now. A chance for Fowler to carry it forward again. He's gone across the 45 as Kevin Regan off the shoulder, and then back to Dempsey, and Dempsey back inside now to Flanagan, who ships it on further to Kevin Regan. Kevin back to Shane Dempsey. You know, and Paul, there's no team better at killing a game against the Breeds and St. Lomans, and you know, most of the possession here in this opening couple of minutes.
Yeah, and they're moving the ball at a lot of pace. You know, it's literally they're getting the ball and shipping it on. Like, nobody's been kind of stationary on it. Nobody's taken any extra plays out of it. It's just move it. Yeah. And it's serving them well so far.
Yeah, Fowler had that shot in. Joe Hyland had to deal with it under the crossbar. He did deal with it, and Tyrrellspass are on the move again now, and a chance for them to come forward. Conor Slevin, he's going to back himself. Ball was deflected there as he got the shot away with the breeze on his back, and Jason Daly as well gets two hands on it, stops it from going out for the 45, and Lomans start off again. Kevin Regan with acres of space over on that left side. He's coming forward, has support over there from Oisin Hogan back inside. Flanagan has it just walking around the middle of the field, no real urgency on him, but they do put it through the hands, and eventually it goes across to the far side where Andy Gaffney has a chance now to come forward. Gaffney pops it into the corner now. Shane Dempsey has it. Kevin Regan has continued to run, but Dempsey holds the possession, trying to get a look at it, but good referee there by Barry Pearce. Too many steps as he tried to get himself set for the shot into the breeze and just took a little too much out of it, and the free outs awarded. The Tyrrellspass have already taken through Conor Slevin. work it out. Conal Dunn is back there helping his defence, and ball goes inside. Peter Clark has it. Clark is forward. The referee playing advantage. He skips away from his man and pops it forward now. And trying to create a little bit of space here as Ciarán Geraghty under pressure gets it in towards David Hanlon, but Hanlon doesn't hold the ball. And Danny McCartan is back there in his own half-back line, sweeping that one up, and the ball now put through the hands and a chance for Fowler to look forward. Has a teammate on the shoulder, but then doesn't use him. Goes back inside to John Hesson. John spent most of the opening couple of minutes out around the middle of the field. Nice ball given inside, and perfect ball for running to it, exactly what he likes, and he gets out in front of his man. He combines now with Kevin Regan, and the traditional little drop on the shoulder and jink there. I think there was a tug of the jersey, and Shane Dempsey, referee, doesn't see it, but Dempsey has the possession, forced just to come back out to Hesson halfway between 45 and 65, just slowing it right down. Danny McCartan with the possession now as David Whelan tries to come and support, just gives a little bit of width to the right hand side. McCartan back to Heston again. John holding the possession, and good strength, just holds on to the ball, and Sean Flanagan has it now, and it's back now with Jack Gagan on the 65-metre line. David Whelan has possession now, back in to Heston. Heston looks up, and against the breeze John just fires it in, but Foley is the only one that seems to be looking for it inside, and he gets a hand on it, but he can't keep it on playing. It's gone out over him. Interesting, that ball from John Heston. You know, he kicked it in from over 45 and had good distance on it. The wind didn't seem to hold it up at all there.
He pulled it away though, and you know, it was one of those hanging ones that, to be honest with you, if you're full forward, you just, like, it does suit the full back, and they kind of managed to push them out over the sideline. Tyrrellspass are just forcing a little bit in their attack. The last couple of attacks, you know, they're kind of trying to pick real, you know, precise passes, and I think they just need to kind of just get more of a platform in the game. Like, Lomans are dominating the pace and the possession so far.
Yeah, Tyrrellspass have a free now on Lomans 45, and David Hanlon's out to take, and takes the return pass there now from the full back there now, and it's back now with Val Siskins. Val as Jamie Gnude on the loop around. Jamie from the Lomans 45-metre line. Again, two blue jerseys, dark blue, and stepping in front of him and just forcing to move away, and gives it back into Hanlon. Hanlon looking around, seeing what options are on. Connor Slevin has come up the field here now, and he takes this one. Connor, the last time he came in here, he backed himself and had the shot, but this time pops it off to Jamie Gnude, and Jamie with the breeze, big man inside on the square. Ball is broken down, but again, good defending there by St. Lomans. They had the numbers there, and more importantly, they had the numbers for the breaking ball, and now they come forward into Gaffney onto O'Toole, and again, you can see it when Lomans come forward, Paul, they just slow it down to their own pace, and they just run the clock down. 8 minutes on the clock, 1 point to no score.
Yeah, and they've just been very controlled in possession. Like, they're just, you know, shipping it on, not taking a huge number of plays out. John Hesson sitting around the middle of the field, really kind of just being the linchpin and connecting all that play together.
Sam McCartan is coming forward here towards the D, gets to lay it off to Sean Flanagan. Nice ball gone inside, two attackers in there, and Danny McCartan takes it, and Danny takes control, and on the spin, knows that the goalpost never moved, Paul, and on the turn knew exactly where they were and clips it over the bar.
It was a tricky position. He was kind of shooting back over his shoulder, but converted it well.
His pass goes short with the kick out again. Get the possession, they come out through the lines now, but again, lucky just to hold on to the possession, because the full back is James McGivern over there. He's very, very close to the sideline, does well to keep it in play, has support there from Cormac Mann, and Cormac gives it back in as far as Val Siskins, and Conor Slevin has it now, and he has a man in space over this far side, this near side, doesn't use him until he eventually comes forward, and then fists it on here. It's Cahill Dunn now in a little bit of space, and Peter Clark coming off the shoulder, carries it forward towards the St. Lomans 45-metre line, try to draw the free there, and then the ball touching the ground by Evan Connell, and St. Lomans swarming around them, get the possession and turn over, and David
Lomans have been very good defensively now. Even Tyrrellspass tried a couple of high balls in. They weren't really good quality ones, but they were swarming them, picking up the breaks, and now they're off working the ball through the hands, and they're up on the 45.
Yeah, they're down that inside line, and the man gone inside now and picking them up, but then Shane Dempsey thinks he's going to go route one in around Fola. Cormac Monaghan right on top from Monaghan did well there. He got a fist in around him and just kept the ball out of Foley's chest there, and eventually Conor Slevin gets fouled and they win the free. And Adam Flanagan now his first real touch of the ball here now as he comes forward with the right foot, plays it over here into space, looking for Kieran Garrity. Ball hops there. Jack Gagan almost misjudged there, but had to reach and get a hand to it, and it's gone out over the sideline. Line ball for Tyrrellspass, taken in quickly towards David Hanlon, but Hanlon doesn't control it. And Jack Gagan steps in, and possession is back here with St. Lomans again. And Heslin linking it all up again as he carries it out across the 45. Bursts through one tackle, pops it off to Andy Gaffney. Gaffney now to Danny McCarthy, the only man that has scored so far in this game. He moves it forward to Ron O'Toole. O'Toole out in front of his man, needs a little bit of support. Andy Gaffney is making a run there beside him. So is Shane Dempsey, but Ron O'Toole is going to back himself.
Just held it
and why not when you can kick it over the
and it was
right.
almost like his last option, because he was jinking, but his head was up the whole time looking to see was there anything on, and eventually just backed himself and put it over from 30 yards. Good score.
Yeah, Joe Hyland again with the kick out, finds the man between the 45 and 65, and the cornerback Jamie Corcoran there that was available. But now Tyrrellspass goal route one with the breeze. It's hanging in there. The ball hops in there. Jason Daly has to be alert to that, and he is exactly that. But again, no real threat on that goal at all for Tyrrellspass. So
I think it's clear they've kind of targeted that kind of full back position to let high ball in. But to be honest with you, they're not kicking them from the right places, and they're not kicking with the right accuracy. And Lomans are getting bodies in around it and just mopping up the break. It hasn't posed Lomans any trouble at all so far.
Yeah, Danny McCartan has the ball. A couple of Tyrrellspass men trying to get around him. Ron O'Toole offers support there. He shoves his man off and holds that possession now as he comes forward. Again, head up all the time, looking around, seeing what's available, and pops it out here now as far as Oisin Hogan. Oisin, as he comes across Tyrrellspass 65 metre, and said, I go no further. He's holding that possession, gives it back to David Whelan. David has a man in space over on that far side. It's Jack Kagan. Jack catches it and immediately moves it across to the left hand side, where they come on the attack again with Owen Hogan. Owen carries it forward. Again, looking around, seeing what options are on. John Heston is giving them the signal to go back, just hold the possession, running the clock down all the time. 12 minutes gone. 3 points for St. Lomans, playing against the breeze. Tyrrellspass yet to get off the mark, and Ron O'Toole now has it again, coming inside. Blue jerseys trying to close him down there, but Roland just holds that ball and leaves it over to the far side, where Owen Hogan comes forward again, and Kevin Regan, the latest one to come forward, he gives it on to Flanagan. Flanagan looks and just pops the ball into McCartan, coming out in front of his man. And foul committed there by Jamie Corcoran, and
Jamie just got two.
Won't mind there. He'll slow it all down, and the chance, I'm sure, for John Heston to come forward and take the free.
Yeah, Jamie just got too close to him and got kind of wrapped into it, and when he turned, there was only going to be one result, which is a free. But actually, just looking at that passage of play, you can see Lomans, the structure in their attack is really good. They've got depth and they have width on both sides, which means Tyrrellspass are having to mark a lot of different spaces, and it's creating a huge amount of opportunities. When Lomans can be patient with Ron O'Toole and John Heston outside and moving it around, that's what's creating the opportunities for them.
John has hit this one. You needed the full width of the goals there, because it just clipped the inside the upper. But you can see the impact of the breeze on that as well, because it is going kind of across the field as much as it is down the field. Not fully.
It's almost gone up into the corner flag, that sort of
on our left hand side, and it certainly impacted that kick from John there, because it just got the inside of the upright. But look, it's gone over the bar. It's on the scoreboard, 4-0, 13.5 minutes on the clock. Tyrrellspass. St. Lomans giving him the short kick out, and nice work there by Cormac Monaghan. He gives it inside to his fullback James McGivern into Hanlon, trying to loop away, trying to get away from Oisin Hogan, pops it inside. David Lynham is there, he lays it off, and the first chance for Evan Connell to get a shot in. It's high. Umpires are looking up at it.
It's wide.
Again, it's gone just to the right and wide again. Maybe the breeze wouldn't allow that one just to come back inside the post.
No, it was always going to carry it away, but he probably would have been better just taking a few more steps. He had space in front of him and made it an easier strike for himself. Yeah, Lomans have gone short with the kick out there, but Whelan covering ground quickly down that far side. Gets O'Toole, who gets fouled after he lays the ball on, and the ball fired in as far as Shane Dempsey. He's not only fouled once, but fouled twice. And he worked that one very, very well. Held on to possession in the tackle and fell over, and it's probably another straightforward free for John Heston. But like Lomans playing against the wind, owning all the possession, dominating the pace of the game, the tempo of the game, really controlling it. It's been very impressive. And here's a goal, chance.
John Hesson, heads up play from John there. Probably didn't just fancy it against the breeze. I'm sure with the wind on his back or no breeze, he'd have tapped that one over the bar. But heads up play.
Ronald was in for a goal. Like I'm so surprised he didn't take that opportunity. Like he just had to go by one man and he was in.
Yeah. Game starting to open up as Tyrrellspass come forward here with Nigel Hart, and James McGivern now is coming forward and pops it off the hand and the ball back with David Lynham, and Lynham probably not the man you want taking the shot, and it drops harmlessly into Jason Daly's hands. And problem for Tyrrellspass is when they lose the ball back up there, it's very hard to get it back again, and usually it's right down to the other end before you know where it is, and those kind of chances need to be taken against the breeze.
Yeah, and Tyrrellspass are dropping off and really kind of conceding possession in the first 2/3 of the field. Like very little pressure on the Lomans players outside, and they're just continually able to recycle possession like they are now, and that means really until the ball goes dead and they can get a kick out, essentially Tyrrellspass won't get the ball back.
Yeah, Lomans is so comfortable in possession. They have it here now. David Whelan, it's on Tyrrellspass 65 minutes. He just pops one in over the top, and they're on the move again. Whelan with a burst of pace coming forward from the right corner back position, gives it on inside. Now Dempsey has it on the loop around and has time to have a look at the post. He backs himself, fires it in, but that one across.
It's probably a harder one against the wind because he was shooting right back into the teeth of it, and just the angle he was coming in on, it's probably just a little bit tough against the wind from that position.
Kick out again from Tyrrellspass. Good kick out again from the goalkeeper. Pops it nicely into Cormac Monaghan, who gets the mark and then continues to play on. It's gone over to the far side where the other cornerback is Jamie Corcoran. He leaves it over as far as Cahill done, coming down the line with it now. And Tyrrellspass with possession back with Adam Flanagan. There is a spare man over on this side if they can get it over quickly. John Hessel trying to shut down that space, but Adam Flanagan just carries him forward. Gives it off now to Conor Slevin. Slevin looks back and holds the possession, gives it back to Nigel Hart. Nigel again back as far as Val Siskis, and Val has a man over there on that far side in loads of space. It's Cahill Dunn. Fola trying to get close to him. Dunn goes to ground, not fouled to the referee, and Tyrrellspass have the possession here again, just trying to be patient, trying to work it to get the proper man on the end of it and to put it through the hands here. Now it is Jamie Ganoud that comes forward and he clips one in. Jamie Ganoud opens the scoring for Tyrrellspass. 17.5 minutes. Certainly they were patient that time, Paul.
Yeah, and the first time they have been patient in terms of working and giving a simple pass, and they got the result at the end of it. Every other attack they've been kind of forcing it.
Yeah, kick out again, conceded by Tyrrellspass. The two McCartan brothers combine as they carry it out across their own 65-metre line, and in the Gaffney, the latest man to carry it forward into the Tyrrellspass half of the field, just holds it up again. Nice and patient. Sam again thought about going long with it, and then Jack Gagan comes running off the shoulder, and the whole thing opens up in front of Jack Gagan as he heads towards the D, but Jack had a chance of needing a little bit of composure. Shane Dempsey is disgusted with him because he had come to take the pass, doesn't give it Joe.
Should have given and gone. If he gave it to Shane and went off the shoulder, he'd have been in for a goal rather than taking on that shot against the wind.
Yeah, as it turns out now, Adam Flanagan, it's gone up into the Lomans half of the field, but again they just come back to Evan Conlon. He's the corner forward, and they need him up the field now. The man who got their only score so far, Jamie Ganoud, combining with Conor Slevin. Slevin is on it again. They're playing a bit of basketball now as the ball is moved out here to Cahill Dunn trying to come inside. Good tackle on the number 10 there as he's forced to come back now. Jamie Ganoud, is Jamie going to have a go again? Yes indeed he is, and unlucky for him, just drifted across.
It's just a bit of a snapshot, and the wind probably direction it's going, probably pulled it wide of the post there, but there's real quick movement of hands and ball in that attack from Tyrrellspass.
Yeah, just looking at this, we both looked at the team sheet beforehand, and this into Jerry Egan not even talked out here today. He's gone down obviously doing the stats, and he's down there now talking to the management down the side about what a player that he would be if they had him, but unfortunately Jerry not available at the moment.
No, and his experience alone would kind of enable Tyrrellspass just to manage this, because it's a tricky period for them. Like they went for 17 minutes in the first half without a score, and with the wind, where you think you'd have some chance, but Lomans are just playing against the wind. Like it's not there at the moment, to be honest with you.
Ronald Toole has native possession here for his side. He doesn't mind, he'll hold the ball. Val Siskus is coming out after him with no real pressure on him, and Ron has time to look up, and there's 3 St. Lomans players over on that far side. Oisin Hogan is the man that has it. Brother running off the shoulder, dummy run, he doesn't use him, and instead he gives it over to the other cornerback, that's David Whelan with Sean Flanagan over in support close to the sideline. Again, the field really stretched over and back. A lot of Lomans players inside this 45 metre line, but again, no panic on them. They'll keep that possession. They'll give it back here now, and coming forward, Darragh Keefe, the full-back. First time I think we've mentioned him in this opening 20 minutes or so, but again, he's out on his own 65 metre line. David Whelan is looping around him, and again, all the time in the world with no pressure on them, and David again just Tyrrellspass trying to put the pressure on, but O'Keefe does well, steps in strong, ducks out under a tackle, and Lomans beat the press now, and Kevin Regan has it. Kevin is forced to come back here now to Jack Yegan. Jack back inside to his midfield partner, moves it off quickly to John Heston, but again a little bit of pressure on there, but still Tyrrellspass couldn't turn it over. Heston carries it forward, loses control of it, but then just flicks it out to another man over there, Oisin Hogan, Oisin into Danny McCartan. Danny clips across into there, Fowler is in under, Fowler one hand on it, does enough to knock it down here with a corner back, but I think it's going to come back into the foul on Fowler there as the ball broke away from. But you can see, Paul, we've had a couple of opportunities for St. Lomans, and they're low numbers, let's call them this. David Whelan, Oisin Hogan, they're going forward, in the gap, they all running forward at every opportunity.
Well, what's happening, Ray, is right, so Tyrrellspass are just dropping, they're marking spaces at the back. It's leaving 4 or 5 Lomans players, all those low numbers outside, and they're just coming onto ball, delivering a pass, getting it off the shoulder and breaking into the spaces, and it's just creating havoc. Like that one occasion, like I was just about to say, like Tyrrellspass need to press up. They really need to press up because they're just giving Lomans too much time, too much respect on the ball, and as a result they're just creating, they've no pressure on them. They can have all the time to work, try and pick any opportunity they want.
Yeah, and John Heston makes no mistake from that free. Nice easy one for John on the 13 metre line, and tips it over the bar, 6 points to 1. 22 minutes on the clock. As Joe Hyland has certainly been the busier of the 2 keepers. He's on the 20 metre line, forced to go short with it. Tyrrellspass with a couple of players on this side. Connor Slavin, the latest to get on the possession, but again it's slow, and Peter Clark, he's trying to inject a little bit of pace into it, but he's ball down this side to Kieran Garrity, and he's under pressure immediately from Jack Yegan. Holds the pressure, but again he's forced to go across the field, and tackle coming there. John Heston reached in, strong hand, but couldn't get the ball out of Nigel Hart's hand, but he does foul him, and Tyrrellspass have gone across to the far side of the field where Adam Flanagan now carries it forward, pops on in, player on the ground. Let's see what happened off the ball there, but Tyrrellspass have the possession. Tyrrellspass coming forward, and a high tackle there on Nigel Hart, I think it was, coming forward.
It was just a hand reaching out. I think it was Sean Flanagan, and he just kind of lunging into the tackle. There's no real maliciousness in that, I think.
I see Fowler having a word with the referee in there. Don't know what happened off the ball there, but the referee taking no action. But it is a chance for Kieran Garrity. Chance for Kieran Garrity with Breeze on his back here now. Just from the corner of the D, and he clips it in and he fires it over the bar. It's his first point, and we hear the call from the subs down here in front of us for Tyrrellspass to push up on the kick out, but we'll see whether they do put a press on it or.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't think the Lomans kick out, well, it's gone short. It hasn't been. There haven't been that many kickouts. I think Lomans have only taken 4 kickouts in the half. Tyrrellspass's issue is now the beginning. I can see them here. They're pressing up and.
Jason Daly.
Jason Daly's under a lot of pressure.
Under pressure, he needs a bit of support, and then the referee does give a free against him, but again.
But you can see there, like on that kick out, they pressed up. but also they stayed up, and then that put pressure on Lomans trying to play the ball out, and they, you know, they got trapped in possession. Now it's 14-yard free and it's another score for Tyrrellspass. That's the blueprint they need to do when Lomans are in possession. When they're giving up possession, they're just giving them too much time and space on the ball.
Yeah, Kieran Garrison won't get many easier frees than that one. Tips it over the bar. His second free, 24.5 on the clock, 6 points to 3 for St. Lomans. So let's see. Tyrrellspass have kept all the numbers and landed them up front. There's only 2 players back in their own half the field along with their goalkeeper, so trying to just put a squeeze on it. We'll see Jason Daly is giving a signal. We'll see who he's going to go for. He's going to come long. What is his first time? John Hesson is the target here. Sean Flanagan is there. Hesson goes high. The ball breaks down, and it's Danny McCartan that steps in, does well, gets a high hand on him, but he does well to break through the press and has Kevin Regan coming forward. Kevin carries it forward. McCartan is coming off the shoulder, pops it onto him. Danny steps, pops a little ball inside. Does it get to Flanagan? Oh, it got to Flanagan just at the same time that Cahill Dunn arrived there as well, and Dunn gets the possession.
Dunn did very well there. He tracked that run all the way, and they kicked it away out over the sideline, but Cahill Dunn did really well. He tracked that run of Sean Flanagan's for about 50 yards and just met him and ball at the same time, and took that threat away from that quick break by Lomans.
Yeah, clearance from Joe Hyland, unfortunately just on the breeze out over the sideline. Going to be a line ball for St. Lomans, and they've fired it back very, very accurately straight into the midriff of David Whelan. If that wasn't on target, it would have been a good opportunity for an attack for Tyrrellspass, but Lomans have it, and good work again as they come forward. David Whelan again, but miscontrol there as he came in towards the 20-metre line and picked up by Peter Clark, and Clark forced to go across his own goals, and Jimmy Ganood is there to take that ball from Cormac Monaghan, and Tyrrellspass have the ball back again. David Lyman back to his goalkeeper, who comes out across the 20-metre line. Lomans trying to get back behind the ball as Nigel Hart gets the possession. He just turns, gives it back to Ganood, who goes inside on the right. Tyrrellspass have the possession, but again it's all static. They're playing with the breeze. It's gone back from Nigel Hart back to his goalkeeper, who's now on the 45 and outside the 45. Goes right and then just comes back across this side of the field where Cormac Monaghan is in space. But all this delaying and slow play has allowed Lomans to get back, but Monaghan sees a little bit of space and he carries it forward. Third man tackle there. O'Toole taken out of the play as he was trying to get on the ball there.
Yeah, Cormac Monaghan, he just laid the ball off and then took Ronan O'Toole out of it, which was unnecessary, to be honest with you. He could have just continued his run, and it just gave, you know, they were in a good attacking position and the ball's been turned over.
Yeah, the Lomans player down the centres. David Whelan, I think, may have got an injury when he came forward the last time, but I'm not sure whether he needs any treatment.
He's up and okay, I think.
John Heston has the ball ready to get us underway with this free. There's a couple of players spare over on the far side, but John just pops it back here now, and Owen Hogan holds that possession back to Sam McCartan. Sam gets the call that there's a man spare over on the far side, and he heads over in that direction. Peter Clark trying to close him down. Jack Yegan now the latest to come on to, but again you see the width that Lomans play with. They have space over very close to the side, and they're coming forward here now. Kevin Regan onto the ball, move it through the hands very quickly, and the Gaffney has come forward, and again as he came into the tackle, he knew it was coming. Too many steps taken. Free out for Tyrrellspass.
Well defended by Tyrrellspass there. They got numbers with the runner and stood him up, and they got the turnover.
Yeah, they have possession now. They're trying to work it out here now and beat the press here now. And Jim McGinnill with a little ball popped inside, and James McGivern comes in, and James fouled there as he was.
You can see like Tyrrellspass are now starting to run at them, have men coming off the shoulder, little pop passes, and they're getting a little bit of success out of it. But 2 minutes to go in the half, they're still 3 points down, and you just need probably a score or two before half time to kind of come away feeling a bit positive about it.
David Hanlon has come out around the centre trying to get more involved in it. He has the possession here. Goes away from a couple of different tackles, holds that possession as Owen Hogan is trying to get a tackle on him, and Hanlon gives it on inside there, puts Kieran Geraghty under a little bit of pressure, but Geraghty does well and holds that possession, pops it back now to Peter Clark. Clark, as he heads across the Lomans 45, he's having a look at the post and he fires one in high, but that again is not going to trouble the scoreboard keeper here in TEG Cusack Park, as that one is high and right, and again a lack of patience there when they just need to hold that ball and move it in.
Just recycle tactical. He was in like wide on the 21, just pop it, try and get a runner coming through the middle, and you know, could have created a better opportunity for themselves.
Jason Daly now is back on his own 20-metre line, looking to see what options are there for him, and he's forced to drill this one out against the breeze. But Jamie Corcoran was favoured to win that one, and as the ball broke on the ground, I think it's a wrong call there, because I think Peter Clark was the man that pulled on that one.
He definitely was.
That wrong. His man of wars to free and or the line ball, and lovely kick there from Balfisk's goal, kick across the far side, but unfortunately from Jimmy Gnu didn't hold on to it, but he's under a little bit of pressure now, but he does well to keep possession there. With blue jerseys around him, and Kieran Geraghty offers a little bit of support, and Geraghty low ball inside into the centre, but again it's Lomans men that react the first to it, and they have the possession now. The man, the quarterback of the whole thing, John Hesson, just slows it down, then pops the pass off as runners come off his shoulder left and right, and Shane Dempsey has him. Dempsey with possession goes down the line for Fola about to take on his man. He's over in that corner again, nice and patient from Fola, didn't take on a shot from an awkward angle, just gives it back to Flanagan just comes out towards Tyrrellspass 45-metre line. Shane Dempsey is on it again, and Dempsey looks up, twists the ball inside. Ron Murtagh is absolutely brilliant at engineering frees. You can see that time he was held back, and he straightens up and makes sure the referee sees it, wins the free for his side.
Like in fairness to him, like, you know, just nice little dart out, and you know, like the challenge for a defender is, do you go for the ball or do you stand off? And if you get just that too much tight into it, any good forward will turn into you, and you know, it's really difficult to be disciplined in that situation, and you know, turns out to be, should be a straightforward free for John Hesson.
Yeah, he's just on the edge of the D, pretty much close to the front of it, fairly central. He'll kick it with the right foot. The last one he kicked from around the semi, just got it in off the inside of the upright. This time a lot more accurate with it. He centred the post, and half-time whistle blows from referee Barry Pearson. 7 points to 3 in favour of St. Lomans, and they certainly will be an awful lot happier.
Yeah, no, playing against the wind, leading by 4 points, you know, you'd have taken it, but even just besides the scores, they've just been really, for long periods of that game, just been controlling possession, controlling the tempo of it. Like, the interesting thing, despite all the possession and control, 4 Lomans points have come from frees. 3 directly, 1 from a short one that was popped over the bar, you know, and that's kind of that they'll be looking in the second half to actually see whether they can kind of create more free scoring opportunities. You know, they've had a couple of wides in there as well, and Tyrrellspass, when they're patient and when they're direct and when they're running at Lomans and putting pressure on them out the field, have got joy out of it. But unfortunately, it took them 20 minutes to start doing that, and when they did it, they're getting a platform back in the game. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that against the wind in the second half, because you know, if you press up on Jason Daly's kickouts, like with the wind behind him, he'd definitely be getting more distance than he was when he was forced to go along in the second half. So yeah, no, I think from a Tyrrellspass point of view, they've a lot of sorting out to do at half time to get back into this match, because you know, while they're only 4 points down in the game, they're not in the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and we seen in the opening game here in Cusack Park, in the intermediate football semi-final, where Gary Castle with the breeze in the second half, and it just became an awful lot easier to kick points from, you know, the 35-metre mark and thereabouts, and you know, that's the dilemma that Tyrrellspass are going to have. They'll have to get it inside probably 20 metres or so to get a point, whereas at the other end, if they allow any opportunities for Lomans from any kind of distance, no better man than Sam McCartan to come forward, John Heston to come forward, and Ron O'Toole is out. They'll kick points then from around the D and further out as well. So, yeah, you know, you would expect in the second half there'll be a little bit more urgency from Tyrrellspass. You know, one of these sides is going to go out. It's a great, huge character of going to a county final for one of these teams. But you know, Lomans are the ones that have, you know, really looked like they're here in the semi-final.
Yeah, no, they looked, I mean, really comfortable and in control of the game. You know, Tyrrellspass conceded 4 frees. they can't do that in the second half. You know, they really have to kind of cut those options down. Challenge for them then is, you know, if they drop off like they did in the first half, Lomans have the shooters from outside who can comfortably put it over with that wind if they don't have any pressure on them. And you know, I think for Tyrrellspass, they probably need to consider kind of pressing higher up the field and going at it from that point of view and see what joy it'll give them. If they keep going the way they're going, I think the game could be just slipping away from them, you know, because it'll be death by 1,000 cuts. Lomans will just keep chipping away frees, keep chipping away points from the outside. But Lomans have been very controlled, you know, in their attack in general. Like, you know, they've picked great options, had a variety of options in terms of when they're coming forward, and you know, full value for their 4-point win against, or 4-point lead against the Breeze in the first half.
Yeah, but look, we'll get all those questions answered in the second half. But for now, we're going to take a break here on the commentary, and we will be back in good time for the second half of this Shay Murtagh Senior Football Championship, the second of the two semi-finals, where at the moment it is St. Lomans in control, 7 points, Tyrrellspass at 3. But join us in a couple of minutes for the second half.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Seventh Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams will make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shay Murtagh Precast.
Start of the second half, where there's one sub on the St. Lomans team. We've just been notified Kelvin Riley, wearing the number 17, has come in place of the number 2, David Whelan. David Whelan carried the ball forward in the first half, Paul, and seemed to pull up with a bit of an injury. He was down on our left hand side, so maybe no surprise there. I see Owen Hogan gone back into the corner, so
they've just shuffled their deck a little bit now. I mean, the big challenge here is what happens for the second half in terms of how the Tyrrellspass go at it against the wind. And one possession here, so they've set themselves.
Yeah, let's see when they play this second half with a little bit more urgency. It is starting to rain out there now as well, so that'll add to the difficulty here. As David Lynham has possession out here. Nigel Hart, who really Tyrrellspass need on a lot more ball here now to have the possession over here now with Conor Slavin over on that far side. Slavin puts it across for Tyrrellspass have the possession again. The ball fired inside. Valsiskas again, like the first half. Tyrrellspass have possession here. Same as what Lomans had in the first half, but again coming across the field, the ball is here now with Cahill Dunn and Dunn back to Peter Clark, and Lomans with all bar 2 players inside that Tyrrellspass defensive half of the field. Now is a chance for Nigel Hart to get away from Danny McCartan, but just pops the pass over to Conor Slavin over close to the sideline. Jimmy Gnu comes forward. Slavin being forced back. 2 number 7s coming together. Good work there by Sam McCartan, and Sam does enough to force the turnover. Kevin Regan trying to get out with it, ball pulled out of his hand there, but Lomans still have it again, and the foul eventually awarded for St. Lomans, and they take it quickly, and Danny McCartan has gone into a little bit of space, and he looks up and he uses the wind to his advantage. First time ball laid off, and the early doors here. Shane Dempsey's inside. Dempsey, great finish to the top corner, despite the best efforts of the goalkeeper. But
we were talking off air at half time, and the conversation was Lomans will sit back, be patient, Tyrrellspass will have to run at them, Lomans will get turnovers, break at speed, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, lovely ball fired in full. I showed great strength.
Yeah.
Just got the possession, looked up. Shane Dempsey was coming around, pops the pass on, and Dempsey forced to go on his right foot when it wasn't probably suiting him, and he just stuck it into the top corner with the outside of the boot. Great goal there for Shane Dempsey, the first goal of this semi-final. Tyrrellspass have a free. There's a little bit of discipline from the St. Lomans men, and referee Barry Pearce has brought the ball forward. David Hannon is going to kick this, and he's probably 40 metres out, and he's going to kick it off the ground into the breeze. 1-7 to 3 points, 2 minutes into the second half. Probably I can definitely say I know that's the last thing that Tyrrellspass needed to start this second half.
Oh, for sure, but they've got it back and got a point.
David Hannon, nice kick off the ground there into the breeze. One score, for this game to really open up, it was one that we would have wanted Tyrrellspass to get that, and you see Jason Daly with the kick out. First chance for Kelvin Riley to get into play as he breaks forward into loads of space, and Kelvin just looks up. Big target man is inside there. Ball comes back off full, and Sean Flanagan couldn't get it close to being touched on the ground there, but Jimmy Gnu gets away and gets the possession back for Tyrrellspass as the goalkeeper comes out now, and he tries to set them on the attack again, but again no one coming off in support there, and eventually he does get the ball away, and Nigel Hart has it, but Nigel is back inside his own 45. Jamie Gnu straightens the line back to Hart again. There's a man spare over on this side. It's Adam Flanagan. They eventually do get it over to him. Flanagan about to be tackled here by Danny McCartan, gets by McCartan, shrugs him off, goes into a bit of space. McCartan coming back, trying to get a tackle on him, and the ball is given inside. Nigel Hart throws off one man, and then a long ball in over the top, and Conor Slavin is coming on the attack now. Back with David Lynham. Lynham thought about taking the shot, and then when he turned around there was 4 blue jerseys around him, and absolutely nowhere for him to go. And
great defence there by Lomans. He's got numbers around and very disciplined in the tackle, just stood him up, and he got pulled for over carrying. But
absolutely, when he turned and didn't take the shot, he was immediately swarmed there, and Lomans, as the rain starts to fall heavier here in Cusack Park. Kelvin Riley moves it across the line here now to Oisin Hogan. Oisin stepping forward, and Enda Gaffney takes it, and Enda quick ball on to Kevin Regan, who drops it, and he gives it back then to Oisin Hogan. Hogan just holds the ball back there now to Darragh Keefe. Darragh looks up and has support there, and Sam McCartan back inside his own D, has a player over very, very close to the sideline, over on the far side. They move it over, Owen Hogan, dispossessed there, but Sam didn't stand looking, he just continued the run, and he has possession. He's very, very close to the sideline. Great strength there from the number 7 as he flicks the ball forward. Ron O'Toole is out on it again, gets it out in front of his man, steps away from the tackle. Great strength from O'Toole there again, moves it on here now. Lomans on the move again, carrying it forward. Sam is involved again. Sam McCartan pops it over here now, and there's a chance of the shot coming in. Fires in, it's off the inside of the upright, comes back down, but luckily for Tyrrellspass, no one there from St. Lomans to capitalise on that, and the goalkeeper, Joe Hyland, comes out and takes the ball and fires it across in centre, but Nigel Hart drops it and tricks it up again back inside his own 20-metre line as he carries it forward again. 5 minutes on the clock in the second half, 1-7 to St. Lomans, 4 for Tyrrellspass. They come forward again, trying to create something. Conor Slavin, and on the loop around here now, Peter Clark. But again, it's all very, looks good, but it's all very tight and making no ground. There is a foul committed there. Referee has played the advantage. Jeremy Ganood fires the ball forward, and then Jack Gagan steps in, and Jack can't keep it from going out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball for Tyrrellspass. As a sub is about to be introduced, and I think I said at half time off air, Paul, maybe it's place for Tommy Ryan to come into this, but you know, it's going to be a tough job into the rain.
Yeah, and you've got Lomans have Darragh O'Keefe as a spare defender back there, almost sweeping as well, which means all their defenders can kind of really press high on their on the Tyrrellspass forwards, and he can cut out the space, which makes it really reduces the options that Tyrrellspass have from attacking point of view.
Yeah, David Lynham is the man that's replaced down below on the right hand side as he makes his way off, and Tyrrellspass have taken this line ball and they've worked it in nicely. You know, reverse pass and the shot. Oh!
That was a really well worked opportunity. Beautiful reverse pass. If that ended up in the net, it would have been some goal. And truth be told, like, the game could have done with it.
Absolutely, it could have done with it. I think it was the cornerback Jamie Corcoran that fired that one in, but straight away from the kick out, Lomans have gone long, and Fola is in a major battle in there. He's pleading his case in there that he was fouled, but ball hops through the defenders, allow it to go forward, and now they have the possession. Lucky enough for Val Siskas, the keeper was there to give him support there, and he's shown a little bit of urgency anyways. He comes forward, tries to get them on the attack again. They have it. Jamie Corcoran, he's the man that had that shot earlier on. He comes forward, pops it off to Conor Slavin. It's inside now with Adam Flanagan. Adam looks up, heads across the 45, shrugs the St. Lomans man off, gets it now into Nigel Hart. Tyrrellspass coming forward again, chance for Hart, but too many steps. I think Eddie Kinston doesn't agree with the referee down here below us, but I think he got that one right.
I think he got the steps right, but there might have been a foul before it, and I think that's where the Tyrrellspass lads are aggrieved. But you can see when Tyrrellspass actually run at Lomans and move it through the hands with support runners, that's twice they've got through that defence, and that's got to be something that's going to concern Paddy Dowdall.
Yeah. But they've beaten the press this time now, and Andy Gaffney has the ball out into the centre, and he's looking up to see what's available. He's looking for Fola. Fola doesn't think it's meant for him, and the ball goes out over his head, and it's gone out harmlessly out over the end line. And you know, it is a problem playing against the breeze. You have to pick those passes right. You can't just fire them in aimlessly. That one went on the wind.
The tendency is always to try and deliver those long passes inside, and truth be told, you're probably better off just popping it in front of a player or getting runners coming off, and that's where you take advantage of the wind. Those balls are very hard to control.
Yeah, Cahill Dunn now dropping back into his defence here. He has the possession. We're very, very close to picking it off the ground, and then Shane Dempsey wraps him up and fouls him. Dunn gets up and quickly takes the free. Kieran Gertie does well to take possession under severe pressure and runs into the referee, and one of the Lomans players, I think it's one of his own players, but he manages to keep the possession. Peter Clark has it, gives it on now to Tommy Ryan, and Ryan goes into a tackle, but Darragh O'Keefe holding on to the man there and doesn't allow the free to be taken, and there's going to be another chance here from David Handler, who's going to come out and kick this one from the ground again. This one a little bit further out.
Yeah, no, he's not going to kick. He plays a short.
Yeah, he goes short right across into the centre where Val Siskas has a man coming forward. And it's Jamie Corcoran over on the far side. Corcoran lays it off now, and Jamie Ganood, he's coming forward here as well. The ball now is with Handel again as he dummies goes on to his left hand side and has to pop it off again. In the meantime, Lomans get a lot of bodies back inside their own 45. There is space over on this side. Tommy Ryan can be picked up, but Peter Clark doesn't get his head up quick enough, and the ball is eventually moved across here to Ryan, and Tommy comes inside and with the left foot fires it over the bar.
The interesting thing about this is Lomans were in total control of possession and everything in the first half, and they just dropped off and handed the initiative straight back to Tyrrellspass in the second half, even though they're playing with a wind. And sometimes momentum can go against you, and it's kind of a bit of a risky game that they're playing.
Yeah, they worked the kick out well here now on the ball. He's gone inside of Shane Dempsey. He's calling it. He's going to take possession. Doesn't get it eventually. And it breaks kindly here now. With that couple of breaks starting to go in favour of the Tyrrellspass men, because they've turned over the possession here now and come forward into the centre of the field again here. Nigel Hart just lays it off to Jamie Ganood now. As Ganood carries it forward, Tommy Ryan is available on this side if he wants to use him. He goes inside. John Heston can't close him down. Big hit on Adam Flanagan, but Adam shrugs off the Lomans man, holds the possession, pops it back into the centre with Conor Slavin. It's now halfway between Lomans 45 and 65. Gives it back to Peter Clark. Clark about to be tackled by Fowler and just pops it on out to Tommy Ryan. This is a fair man gone in on the right hand side, but Ryan loops around, heads across the 45, shows a nice dummy and goes forward, and then gets turned over. Ron O'Toole has possession. This is the danger for Tyrrellspass, but the ball doesn't get its intended target. Goes over Shane Dempsey's head, and the full back is James McGivern. And James, all the time in the world, just to pop it back, and the full back line here all combining here now, and eventually comes as far as Cormac Monaghan. Cormac heads into the Lomans, half of the field, turns across into the centre. Jimmy Ganood has it. Jimmy looks up, seeing what's available for him, and then with the right foot fires it in his face. He's looking for David Hanlon. Hanlon just allows the ball to come to him. O'Keefe couldn't get two hands on it, got one on it, but he's back now to get the tackle on Hanlon, and Hanlon bottled up. And good defending there by the full back there.
There's somebody in trouble there.
David Hanlon, I think, could be in a little bit of trouble.
No, I'm not sure. I don't think it's him. I think it's Star O'Keefe, maybe. I'm not sure. There was something between O'Keefe and O'Hanlon there anyway, but Mickey Dan has cleared it up for Barry anyway.
Yeah.
I think.
No action being taken. The Lomans players, 3 or 4 of them in around there, but he's going to come back and have a word with David Hanlon. See, I think it's on. Oh, it's a red card.
Obviously, something happened after the ball there, Ray.
Yeah, there was something into the Lomans man's face. I think there was a tackle in it, and again, no need for it. And the last thing this game needed as well. David Hanlon is an experienced player, probably has cost his side here now, but this time getting a little bit fractious here now as Lomans have the possession. John Heston has again. John sees that Jack Kagan has gone over to the far side in acres of space. Double scores, 1-7 to 5 points. Lomans now with a spare man as Sam McCartan drops the shoulder, gets by his man. He's still going forward. He's across the 45. Fisted ball inside. Breaks nicely for Shane Dempsey. Dempsey's coming in, and Shane Dempsey this time just decides get the scoreboard ticking over again.
And simple score and the right option, and you can see his experience played in there from that point of view. But Tyrrellspass will be very disappointed at red card, because they were actually getting a kind of good bit of momentum and kind of possession, and it's going to make it very tricky for them now.
Yeah, we're 13 minutes into the second half. We're only at the 5 points as Joe Hyland's kicked out, claimed by Heston there, and immediately pops it off to Kevin Regan. Goes to Fowler. Big collision there, 2 St. Lawrence players, Fowler and Shane Dempsey there, and referee in fairness has to stop the game because the head injury there, but I think everyone is okay though.
It looked shocking, and there was a big ooh, and the buck bounced back up.
Yeah, everyone back on their feet, and we're good to go again. But great catch there by Heston on the run, coming onto the ball. And
it's funny though, his influence himself and Ron O'Toole haven't been at all influential in the second half compared to the first half.
Yeah, and the ball is fired inside here now, and Tyrrellspass have possession here, a chance for Kieran Geraghty. He fires it in, but unfortunately for Kieran, not on target. But again, it was nice play because Lomans seemed to have just caught a man down over there on that far side, the right hand side of their defence. But
yeah, and he could have even taken it on just a little bit more. Like, he did really, really well to win possession there, and and guaranteed a score for himself. But if you kind of look at Tyrrellspass, 5 wides in the game so far, that could have made a big difference in terms of keeping them in it.
Yeah, long kick out there was let run through, and Ron O'Toole was trying to get on it, but tracking back there by Val Siskis, he gets possession back, and now Cathal Dunn carries it forward. Foley trying to just shunt him over towards the sideline. Does exactly that. The ball is given back inside there where James McGivern gets a shout there that there was an opponent about to close him down, and Conor McMahon then gives it inside to Dunn again. Dunn just holds the possession, bounces off a tackle, gives it back, but Tyrrellspass hold his play. There is space over on that far side for Jamie Ganood, and Jamie with the possession as he crosses the 45 man, looping in around the corner over the shoulder, but he doesn't use him. So Owen Hogan is trying to get a tackle in over there, but Tyrrellspass hold the possession. Nice ball given inside to Adam Flanagan. Flanagan had a look at the post and gives it back inside, and the shot comes in from Peter Clark, and again very wasteful there from the wing forward.
They're just beginning to force those chances, and when they get the ball up, it's really tight. They're inviting Lomans onto them where they can get 2 or 3 fellas to kind of bottle a fella up, and and then they're taking on shots which are tough against the wind.
Yeah, and a good kick out from Jason Dale. He finds Calvin Riley in extra space, but remember they have an extra and then a very high tackle there. I think Cathal Dunn is certainly going to go into the boot there. It was a very high tackle. Calvin Riley was ducking in under it and trying to get away, so I imagine a yellow card for the Tyrrellspass number 10. Harry Pearce has been right on top of things. Not sure, did he give him the card after?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Okay. Free is taken. Calvin has it here now again, takes it on the return. Is very close to the sideline, but again, because of the luxury of having the spare man back here, Jack Kagan has been sitting back, and he was there and available, and he carries it forward, and then with the right foot tries to tread one through, and it skips through as far as Ronan O'Toole. O'Toole has Sam McCartan in support if he wants to use it. Sam just holding off and waiting his time. The ball very close to the sideline, but Ronan was totally outnumbered over there, and Sam didn't offer him really any support, and eventually Tyrrellspass turned it over back deep inside their own 13-metre line, and they come forward with it again. High tackle there. Referee is playing the advantage, and Nigel Hart comes forward. Adam Flanagan bounces into a challenge there, holds the possession, good strength there, and just comes back and gives it back, and Fowler trying to get a tackle in on James McGivern, and McGivern holds it off, and Jamie Ganood is coming in support there. Again, it's all very slow as far as Tyrrellspass is concerned, but there's 2 subs about to come on down below us, but we'll wait here as Tyrrellspass switch the ball across to this side where Conor McMahon has Cathal Dunn gone in support, but Lomans defenders shift across here now. Dunn does have it here now, looking for somebody to go through the centre, and it's the full-back James McGivern. McGivern bounces into, and then charge is the decision of the referee. Probably right there. He bounced straight into the.
He did. I don't think it was intentional. He looked like he was fouled by one player and jumped over him and jumped in to the Lomans player. You'd wonder if the first tackle was probably a free, but he very certainly got the second one right. It was barging with the ball, and Lomans now have Nathan Lally coming in and Peter Foy coming in. So
it's waiting to see who's making their way off. Foley's coming off as number 1 anyway, so that's Peter Foy.
I think young Hogan is coming off as well. Owen Hogan looks like he's coming off.
Owen Hogan for Nathan Lally. That's the reverse of the change that was made at the start of the game. And again, good enough. The Romans have us underway again. Ronan O'Toole has it running, but Kelvin Riley drifting forward into a lot of space, carries it across the Tyrrellspass 45, looking for someone to come around on the loop, and it's Peter Foy. That's Peter's first introduction. Bit of a wild kick, but it might still work out, but not for now because the cornerback is Conor McMahon, and he swept it up. But again, Foy has turned over possession there. The goalkeeper needs to get back between the sticks, but it's okay because Tyrrellspass have won the possession back here now. Game becoming a little bit of stretch. It might suit Tyrrellspass a little bit.
It might. It's just getting a little bit unstructured, and there's still only 6 points in it for for lots of people. Lomans have been very dominant, look very comfortable, but if Tyrrellspass get a goal, things will get really interesting very quickly.
Yeah, trip on Peter Clark there is first input from Nathan Lally. It was a foul there, and Conor Slevin takes the free, and he comes back as far as Jamie Ganood. Ganood controls the possession now into the centre, has a man across into the middle as Cormac Monaghan, and Monaghan moves it across over towards that far side where there's an opportunity for Evan Connell. Evan looks up and then tries to get a runner inside. Tommy Ryan comes forward. Tommy under pressure with the left foot fires it in, and that's a lovely score again from Ryan. And again, Tommy Ryan, I'm not privy to what goes on in Tyrrellspass, but you know, a man that doesn't start, but every time he comes on seems to be able to get on the scoreboard for his side. Back to 5, Paul. You know, it's like enough time if Tyrrellspass are good enough.
No, like, you know, I mean, Tyrrellspass have pressed up, started getting a lot more possession and running at Lomans, but Lomans seem content to kind of just sit back and almost like just defend their lead and try and hit in the break when they get the opportunity. And you know, it's you know, they might feel very comfortable with it, but you know, if they get an unlucky break and something happens in around that Lomans goal, it could be very, very squeaky for them.
Yeah, and Tyrrellspass will just stick in and stay in this game. The Lomans have the possession from the kick out. Is back in here with Kevin Regan. Hasn't been involved in the game much. John Heston just telling him to slow down and then just keep the possession back as far as Sam McCartan. Sam has a man over on the far side, doesn't use him first time, but takes the return pass. And back here now, and Nathan Nally, a chance to come forward, doesn't even take it, even though there's about 20 metres of space in front of him. He has Andy Gaffney here if he wants to use him. He does exactly do that. Gaffney shows the ball to his opponent, then takes him on. Carries it forward, gives it on to Shane Dempsey, runs into a heavy tackle, but Dempsey has the possession. Shane thought about pulling the trigger there and moves it inside to Peter Foy, and Foy had a sighter earlier on, didn't get the ball on target, and he doesn't get this one on target either.
That was a poor wide for him. Normally he's incredibly accurate. He's had 2 snapshots almost, one which went up in the air and one which has gone wide, and yeah, we're
kicked out again.
Back with the ball again.
Yeah, I think again the breeze, the fact that it won't allow the ball to just draw inside that post because it's blown across the other side, but Tyrrellspass have possession to have a free now because Cahill done his foul and he takes it quickly, but he's moved it back across to Jamie Corcoran, who has his keeper over on the left hand side if he wants to use him, but Corcoran carries it forward. He's an option now and eventually does pop it off to his goalkeeper, and Joe Hyland looks up, he's a team captain, looks up and seeing what options are there for him, and then long fisted pass as far as Adam Flanagan goes inside. Tyrrellspass trying to break there, little ball short into Peter Clark, Clark pulled back there by Shane Dempsey, and I think there's going to be a card here for Shane Dempsey. You know, all this is adding, you know, it's allowing Tyrrellspass to remain in the game. There's another sub going to come in here, but you know, yellow card there for Shane Dempsey, lazy foul there. You know, there's still, as we say, probably the minimum of 10 minutes left in this game, and there certainly will be opportunities for Tyrrellspass, and the longer they remain in this game, the more chances they're going to get.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, they just feel like they've been handed the initiative. In reality, I see Rory Shane coming on for Lomans now. He's primarily a defensive player as well, even though he's wearing number 10, and you know, I'm just kind of
Mikey Mullen has come in for Tyrrellspass wearing the number 27. He's replaced Kieran Geraghty, and Kevin Regan is the man that's going to make his way, and he's going to be replaced by Rory Sheehan wearing number 10. Referee just making sure that everyone has gone off the field, making sure there's only 15 against 14, but free is now, he's happy with everything, and the free is taken, the ball is with the goalkeeper as he comes forward, and Tyrrellspass with possession again with James McGivern, and all this just outside of St. Lomans is 45 behind. Peter Clark has possession, gives it over to the far side where Jamie Ganood spent most of this second half up front, and a high arm in across him there as he was trying to get around his man there, and referee immediately blows the whistle, and the free is taken quickly. Tyrrellspass just need to get another score, get the next score, just get them back within touching distance here now. Peter Clark jinking inside here, turns and gives the ball back out as far as Tommy Ryan. Tommy not going to take it on this time, comes back into the centre, gives it to Adam Flanagan. Flanagan takes on his man, John Heston holds him back, so Flanagan carries it forward, he gets the shot in, the shot is going to go wide, but the referee was playing an advantage, and we're gone into a phase of scrappy play here, Paul. 7 minutes left in the clock, but
it's very like probably nearly every player bar 2 are inside the Lomans 45 for that period of time,
and that's 2 outfield players, because even the Tyrrellspass goalkeeper is out in the middle of half of the field.
And as a result, look, there's a lot of contact and a lot of scrappy play, and we're off again. The keeper's inside the 45 now. Will he have a goal for it, or
is he going to fancy taking on a shot? Pops in to Conor Slevin. Slevin sells a dummy, and through it all, they've gained a little bit of ground. There's a tug of the arm there on Conor Slevin. Now it becomes a scoreable free, and Tommy Ryan going to come forward and take it this time. you know,
I think it's almost like, I mean, you know, it's kind of hard to read Lomans' intentions at the moment, but it's almost like we're not going to concede a goal. We'll bottle it up. We've got loads of defenders on the field now, and we won't concede a goal, and we'll just grind out the win and close it out. That's gone wide. It's bad wide.
Ryan keeps that one. You know, that was a scoreable opportunity, and those opportunities need to be taken. It just deflates the crowd, it deflates the subs, it deflates the team when a ball like that, a chance like that's not taken.
Oh yeah, like, you know, I mean, the opposite being they got it, like, you know, they're well back in the game, and they just need to keep chipping away, and you know, every opportunity to get there really have to take at this stage.
Yeah, Lomans go short with the kick out and they work it inside, and Darragh Keefe has gone out into the centre. He's the spare man in there now, and John Heston on it, and Heston pops it off the run on Tool, and his men breaking over on the right hand side end of Gaffney, but the ball skips away from him, but almost got to him, but then good defending by Tyrrellspass. Now Val Siskas is back there, and Val wins it back now, and Tyrrellspass come on the attack again. Connor Slevin lays it off, and the spare man over this side, but again the ball goes straight because Peter Foy intercepts that and gives it on to John Heston. John steps away from Connor Slevin and pops it over to the far side, and another chance now for Peter Foy to get into play here. Comes forward, Ron O'Toole has it again into Corey Chicken to come back on his left. Val Siskel keeps him off his left, gives it on to Foy again. Foy straight back to Ron O'Toole's feet, does well, pops the ball back inside, and the shot does come in from Sean Flanagan, and Sean, good shot, yeah. But I think it's probably his first shot of the game, the day, I'd say. So 1 for 1 for the number 12.
But very well worked, very patient, you know, got it into the fellow who was in a decent enough scoring position. The wind probably helped drag it over the bar there.
Yeah, and the kick out then from Tyrrellspass, trying to find a man over on the far side was Cormac Monaghan, but as that ball skips and hits the ground, it's gone out over the sideline. Line ball in Lomans, trying to capitalise again. 6 between them. There's 2 scores. Foy is coming forward this one, but not the best shot in the world there. He had a man at the back post there, but Jimmy Ganoon is back there inside, and he intercepts it, and Tyrrellspass have possession back in their own D. Nigel Hart carries it forward. Peter Clark then comes away from the tackle and puts the ball down here, but gathered very well there by Cathal Dunn, and Dunn coming forward. But again, as he tried to get the pass away, and tackle coming in there from Kelvin Riley, did enough just to force the Tyrrellspass man to go off the outside of the boot, gone out over the sideline, and it's going to be a line ball for St. Lomans. This line ball is taken by Kelvin Riley. Sub coming in, referee just holding the player because the man coming in is number 18, is Conor Donoghue, and he's replacing Andy Gaffney. So Conor wearing the number 18 comes in. Linesman, referee happy that everything is in order, and Calvin Riley goes short, gives it to John Heston. John, great strength, just shrugs off his man, gives it on to Riley. What a man to be able to bring on as a sub at half time. And another high tackle there by Tommy Ryan, this time on.
I think it was high, but to be fair, you know, and I don't like it was a poor tackle. It was kind of like an arm out stretch, but you know, Darragh Keefe went low and into the tackle to look for the contact almost, rather than, you know, I just wonder sometimes, like, you're better off just playing on and just creating the momentum in the attack rather than kind of almost diving in to look for a free.
The ball has gone inside towards Danny McCartney. You know, Danny with 3 Tyrrellspass men around him, and they do turn them over, and Cathal Dunn has it, and then he's fouled, or Peter Clark was fouled, and Clark takes it quickly, and then a little bit of off the ball stuff there, but Tommy Ryan has possession. Jack Yegan is tackling him here, getting the tackles on him. I think Jack Yegan is going to go into the book. So, you know, we're into the last 2 minutes or so of this half of this game, Paul, and you know, it's gone messy. There's a little bit of niggles, a lot of yellow cards starting to be flashed, you know, a bit of frustration, I think, at this stage.
But like, to be fair to Tyrrellspass, they're trying to go for it in the second half, and like, I find it difficult to understand. Lomans were so in control and so, you know, really structured and focused in their attacking approach and retaining possession in the first half, and they just gone very defensive and very just bottling up, fouling off the ball, you know, and they could be playing so much more beautiful football with the way the game is set up for them.
Yeah, they have. That ball was driven in from the free there by Tommy Ryan, but Ron O'Toole was back there on his own end line, and he mopped it up and stepped them on the attack again. But again, no real inclination to come forward, just hold that possession. John Heston is back there, and John bounces off another tackle. And many times we said that throughout John's career, he lays this one off now to Sam McCartan. Sam taking on his man, has a little bit of support inside, and through the hands it goes, and Sam is on it again, and Sam with the shot, and I think it's going to be all about
and you see that sort of give and go and moving it through the hands and fellas running off shoulder and creating lovely scores, and kind of going like they've done it maybe twice in the second half, and I'm just going, why not more?
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to wait for the call here to see what additional time is going to be played, because we're into the last half minute of 30, and the signal is 3 minutes of additional time. 1-6 now for St. Lomans, or 1-10 for St. Lomans, 6 points for Tyrrellspass. Tyrrellspass have possession. Cahill Dunn here trying to get on possession here with the ball down the side of the field. There by John Heston there, and the referee sees nothing wrong with it, and Lomans putting the pressure on, and certainly Tyrrellspass bench down below is not too happy with that tackle there, but
I think now linesman was right in front of that and should be telling Barry what happened, because to be fair, I know probably not intentional, but that was a fairly wide swing by John.
Referee just explained he felt there was nothing wrong with the tackle. Tyrrellspass not too happy with it. John is pleading his innocence. Connor's slamming him, having words. It's Peter Clark is the man that's on the ground. Yeah, referee were on. All good to go again. Peter Clark is back on his feet. He's jogging away there. Tyrrellspass have taken the free, and Joe Hyland is carrying it forward again. The ball is over on the far side. Again, trying to work it in. Now Clark is on the ball again. Comes by a tackle again. And Sam McCartan just holds him up this time, and he's fouled. Free for Tyrrellspass is free inside Loma 65, and he just fires it in. It's a little bit aimlessly, and it's hanging in the breeze. Conor Donoghue, he goes high, comes down with the ball, and steps away from all the players there, and he has 2 blue jerseys around him, and he's just settled it down a little bit, and he pops it on now to Peter Foy. Foy, chance to run forward, all the space in front of him, and he gives it on now to
Poor tackle.
And now we have another high tackle, and we're going to have another yellow card, I'm sure, for Nigel Hart there.
Yeah, it's gone very, tackles are late now and sloppy, and to be fair, the second half has been lacking pattern, lacking shape, lacking any real quality. It's just been kind of very static in terms of play.
Yeah, John Heston's going to take this free, and he has a breeze in his back. When he get the distance, a fabulous kick in the back of the net. A huge kick from Heston. Judged the breeze absolutely perfectly. One of those horrible.
Did he lob the keeper?
You could say he lobbed the keeper, because it came in just under the bar, and I think that's the cherry on the icing on the cake. And now from the kick out, too many steps taken by Tyrrellspass, and there's another chance here, and Ronald O'Toole fancy this will come forward. We're into the last minute or so it's definitely gone without doubt. We're going to have a repeat
a long time
of the final of 2022, where the Downs and St. Lomans will take on each other in 2 weeks' time in the county final. I think at this stage 2-10 to 6 points. We're into the last half minute. John with a chance now to push the lead out a little bit further.
Yeah, and to be fair, looking ahead to the county final, probably the 2 best footballing teams throughout the championship, in terms of certainly from an attacking point of view, very, very capable teams. They're exciting to watch going forward. Probably on balance, the right outcome in terms of a county final.
Yeah, exactly so, but it is something we will look forward in 2 weeks' time. The kick out is gone. We have about another 10 seconds or so to go. A referee will probably add on a little bit more. Jamie Ganood not allowed to take the free quickly, so the referee just brings it forward. Adam Flanagan looks up, and Flanagan goes short. Peter Clark gives the return pass to Flanagan again, but again John Heston, who's involved in everything, just gets a little touch there on the ball on the Tyrrellspass man, and Lomans now with the freedom just to attack it at their leisure. Sam McCartan bringing it forward as Danny running off the shoulder. Danny has time to drop the ball and pick it up and come inside, steady himself on his left foot, and it's almost shooting practice now, and I think that's the fact. It is the last action of this semi-final, where the referee Barry Pearce blows the full-time whistle, and Easy victory in the end for the men from St. Lomans. Final scoreline, Paul, 2-12 to 6 points. Not a lot of excitement in that second half. That goal, academic and all as it was, but it really just put the tin hat on the performance for Tyrrellspass.
I think
Lomans happy.
Yeah, no. First half, Lomans incredible, great control on the ball, great control in the game, and that just gave them the platform to go and play thereafter. And any opportunity they got, I was very much on the break when Tyrrellspass were chasing the game and had to come out and play. And I think Tyrrellspass, they had flashes when they pressed and when they went up high on Lomans. But to be honest with you, I think they'd be very disappointed. They probably felt they had a right good opportunity, and we all felt they had a right good opportunity coming into this. But the first half, you can't just sit back against a team like Lomans and give them all possession for 30 minutes and let them play. And in fairness, Lomans, they controlled it really well. I think the second half,
the second half really was any chance
was gone. And there was a goal, great shot from young Corcoran for a goal. If that had gone in, things might have been a little bit different, but might don't win games or even create exciting games. I'd just be a little bit disappointed with Lomans in terms of just sitting back and trying to defend for long periods of that second half. With the talent and the ability to have, I think they would have been better served just pushing on and going for the game. But look, it worked out for them in the end. They got a couple of goals near the end and a couple of nice points. But defensively, they played really, really well. There would have been maybe some question marks there, but they were very, very solid defensively. Maybe that took a little bit away from their attack in the second half, but I think they'll be happy comfortably into the county final and 2 weeks to prepare for the Downs.
Yeah, to look forward to that one. It's a mouth-watering prospect, because I know Lomans still stinging from 2 years ago, so we can look forward to that. And just with that, I'm going to give the scores from all our semi-finals and the football championships throughout this weekend, starting with the Junior 2 competition again, sponsored by Tyrrellspass, where Ballinagore 3-8, Colliery 12 points, and Delvin 1-16, Garrycastle 3-9. So we can look forward to a final there of Ballinagore and Delvin. In the Junior 1, Castlefine Cool Whitehall 2-12, St. Lomans 2-8, St. Joseph's 3-8, Bunbruston 1-11. So again, the final there between St. Joseph and Castlefine. That final will be on Sunday the 20th of October. The Junior 2 final on the Saturday prior to that on the 19th of October. The intermediate final, we know now who it is. It's going to be Milltown, who beat Rosemount 1-14-11, and Garrycastle with a comfortable 2-19-2-4 win over Multifarnham. That final also scheduled here for TEG Cusack Park on Sunday the 20th of October. And the senior final, which will be played on the Sunday the 13th of October. The Downs emerged narrow victors last night, 1-8 to 10 points over Carlson Kinnegad, and here today it is St. Lomans who joined them in the final on the scoreline of 2-12 to Tyrrellspass 6 points. That game is going to be on here on Sunday the 13th, 2 weeks time, Paul. So not much time for either teams to turn around and get ready. I think one other score in the senior football this weekend, where Moat emerged victorious, narrow win, 1 point, 2-11 to 16 point victors over Shandona. So that means Shandona relegated back down to intermediate status for next year. So we're almost at the end of the year. We're pretty much down to the wire. We have all games out of the way. There was a junior relegation game yesterday as well, where Lucan beat St. Paul's again by 1 point. So we're right down the wire. We know what finals to look forward to. 4 county finals to look forward to, and full credit to the teams involved getting there. That's probably their ambition at the start of the year, to get to be in the mix in the middle of October, and looking forward to a county final. 2 weeks for the senior final. Probably you've got maybe a week's good prep, a couple of days recovery early this week, and then kind of go Wednesday to Wednesday in terms of your prep work, and then just kind of taper down before the final. And
that should be a good game. That should be a good game. Looking forward to that. Like, you know, both sides have pretty good attacking threats. You know, you got Luke and Niall Mitchell on one side. You've got, you know, Shane Dempsey, John Heslin, Danny McCartan on kind of the other side, Ron O'Toole particularly as well. So, you know, there's a lot of standout players from an attacking perspective in there. Not to be going too hard on the defenders if I feel like I'm giving out about them all the time, but you know, they're you know, we all like to see scores in games, and there's certainly players on both teams who could light it up from that point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. So we look forward to that game in 2 weeks' time. I think we will have a minor football final on along with that on the day. Next weekend we'll be back here on ERV TV, where we have the hurling semi-finals, Senior B hurling semi-final here in TEG Cusack Park, and Father Dalton's will face Ringtown, and in the Senior A hurling semi-final it'll be Clonkill and Loughlin Yale. So again, two top quality hurling games live for our viewers next weekend, and then we look forward to the start of our finals then starting on the following week. Look, and I want to thank Paula Hearn for joining me here on co-commentary. Ollie Gallagher was on camera. I'm Ray Gavin. We're going to say goodbye from TEG Cusack Park, where we now know that it's going to be St. Lomans who are going to take on the Downs in 2 weeks' time, because they emerged victorious 2-12 to St. Lomans, 6 points for Tyrrellspass, and it's goodbye from TEG Cusack Park.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Seventh Coaches, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA Hurling Championships. Clark's Bar, wishing all teams the very best today. MJ Stone Building and Developments, proud sponsor of Westmeath GAA.
Cusack Park pitch is 145 metres long. Imagine 3 of these bridge beams would make up the length of the pitch. Now transport 30 of them from Harney to Kildare. A challenge overcome by a great team with the support of a great community. My name is Pat Barrett, Project Manager, Shay Murtagh Precast.